I got hit by a car.
Like, people are in the Reddit group.
So we'll look into the national debt. Can I rip that again, Danny?
I feel like we're doing a good job.
And call me crazy.
Crazy. Hey.
This week, can you tell us what we're talking about?
Well, I think we're talking about dogs this week.
Yes, we are. And we have a dog with us in the studio.
Show and tell.
If you hear a kissing noise, if you're not watching this, if you're just
You should watch.
listening to it, well, yeah, definitely you should watch. But if you're just listening, and you hear a kiss or some sort of baby voice or, I don't know, something that sounds like someone loving someone else, it's not me and Maddie. It's me and my dog.
Yeah, that's very
I love
important
Maddie,
to
of
note,
course,
I
but
think.
I don't love anyone or anything the way I love this dog.
I think that's kind of what we're talking about today.
I wish we could just talk about Mick for a whole episode.
Maybe for his birthday we'll do that.
I could talk about Mick all day long.
We'll tell the backstory. I mean, if Danny got a backstory,
Yeah,
Mick
that's
should
true.
get a
So
backstory.
Mick actually came into my life at the same time that Maddie came into my life.
Aww.
I like to say that my family's had Mick as long as we've had Maddie. Because we have.
Best years of your life.
Yeah. Oh my God. Like, I cannot even talk.
I know.
My life is so much better. I can't believe that I lived days without you. And I can't believe I woke up without Mick.
That's fair.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, so these are my M&M. My favorite people in the whole world, Mick and Maddie. And he's just so good.
I know. It's so nice having him here.
Yeah, it is nice having
It's really
him.
nice.
I know.
We're talking about
He's a
you.
good boy. So he's just sitting so well, so I had to let him know. Yes, you are. You are sitting so well. So yeah, we got Mick when he was about 6 months old. He was found in Kentucky, emaciated, very emaciated. If anyone in my family, I haven't actually done this in a while, but at the beginning, if anyone would say one crossword about him, I would pull up the picture of him emaciated, and I'd be like, this is who you're talking. So yeah, so we got him, and I love him so much, and he is permanent, and so is Maddie.
Yay, permanent.
Maddie and Mick both found their forever homes in the same month, basically.
Blessed. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I mean, yes.
Of course, you have a family from before, but
No, that's not what I'm talking about, but that's okay. It's for
what's your
another.
hesitation?
No, just I knew it was my forever home when I first met Danny. Although that was also January, so it is the same month.
Oh yeah, same month.
Yeah, so it works.
That predates Mick's birth.
Yeah, I know. Because
Okay.
he's such a baby.
Yeah, he's so good.
But yeah, what are we talking about today?
Today we are talking about the domestication and origin of dogs, and also we're going to talk about just like a few fun dog breeds. I don't know. In my research, it's kind of a ramble. So just dogs at all.
Today is dogs.
Oh, just such a good boy.
And to talk about the dogs, we have the best dog.
Yeah, exactly. The best dog that has ever lived, and
Will ever live.
yeah. Oh, he's so good. I guess for non viewers too. He's half German Shepherd, half Pit Bull. 100% handsome.
Like a honey caramel color
His
ears.
two little cat sisters.
You probably will never see them on this show because
No.
they hide.
Yeah, and we can't afford them.
No, they're so
Nick will
fabulous.
do this for cuddles, but the cats, I don't even know what I would barter with cats with.
The lights alone would just freak them out.
Yeah, and movement,
Everything.
and, like talking, and
All of the above.
yeah. But he loves them. Like I like to think that he loves me more than anyone, but
Yeah.
he's maybe he loves me more than he likes the cats, but he definitely
That's
does not
fair.
like me more than he likes.
That's
the
also,
cats.
yeah. I would also like to just shout out that this episode is not sponsored by the Anti-Cruelty Society in Chicago's River North, if anyone would like to go and adopt a dog from
No,
them.
not sponsored by them
Right.
or Right Way Rescue.
Yeah, just
Another place in Morton Grove.
Okay, there we go. So throughout the show, we'll just be sporadically giving you guys some
Yeah.
charities you can donate to or adopt from. This holiday season, instead of getting your child a gift that is wrapped from the store, get them a puppy.
Have you ever seen those commercials where it's like a dog is not like a moment on Christmas? It's like a 10-year
forever,
commitment.
yeah.
And then have you ever seen like the take on that where it's like the Greenland whale? The Greenland whale lives for like a couple hundred years or something.
Maybe
It's
they'll
like,
get you a whale.
A Greenland whale is not just a moment on Christmas. It is a 200-year commitment.
Do you want a whale for Hanukkah?
Absolutely not.
You would not like adopt one in your honor?
Oh yeah, like yeah, yeah. I see
Yeah.
what you're saying.
Like instead of
Because
getting
I
you
don't
like a
want to
planet,
like
I could get you like a whale.
yeah, or they do that with sharks
I could do
too,
it. You want a
and
shark? I'm gonna get you an animal.
they do it with elephants.
I've seen the elephant
Or
ones. I'll get you an animal of your choosing this Hanukkah.
it does kind of just feel like, why do we need to be up in their business?
Well, it's like you're
They,
like
you know what they
buying them
didn't do?
stuff. What?
They did not invite me to their BBQ.
So why you all up in the
I won't be.
grill?
I'm not going to be up in their grill, so I shan't be up in their grill. Autistic.
He's sitting up to learn.
Yeah. Okay, you want to hear about your ancient ancestors? He's like, leave me alone, Mom. Okay, I'm sorry. Have fun with your aunt.
Don't embarrass him on camera.
Sorry. Wow, I feel like such a mom of like an 11-year-old. I promise I'm cool. I'm a cool mom.
Not as cool as his cool aunt that just stops by occasionally. He's like, she's off to fabulous places.
Right, exactly. Okay. So, ancient dogs were the first domesticated animals. Unless, and I've always thought about this, like, are we domesticated? Because we domesticated ourselves. Us and cats, we domesticated
Right.
ourselves. So I just wonder,
Or were we born domestic? No, we were not.
we weren't. At one point, we became domestic, and I would like to know when humans were domesticated.
For
I
another.
don't know that anyone has studied that. It's certainly above my pay grade.
I'll do an episode on Homo sapiens.
Yeah, for sure, but I don't.
Maybe it's in there.
Yeah, Okay. I'm not going to doubt you.
Please.
So, the first domesticated dogs appeared as early as 15,000 to 40,000 years ago. I do love how when you go that far, you start going like 10,000 years back, and they're like, oh, it's 10,000 years or 40,000 or maybe 100,000.
Right. It's lost on us.
And then you get into the millions, and it's like
Couple
100
hundred million.
100, 300 million. Yeah.
Right.
It's hilarious. The most ancient evidence of their importance in our lives dates back 12,000 years to a grave in Israel. A Natufian grave, I think that's the community that
Sure.
it came from, where man was buried with a puppy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like, you think it was like his puppy?
Yes, probably. And then also, there were dogs bred to be buried with their people.
No way.
Yes, and you know what kind of dogs those are? Hairless dogs, also known as something hard to pronounce, but I hope Zaloy Tuntile.
Okay.
It's something like it's not Spanish,
Let me
obviously,
see,
because it's like some sort of ancient language.
Right.
So hairless dogs were used for sacrifice.
Mm-hmm.
They were bred for sacrifice and buried with their owners, and the idea was that they were these mystical creatures that would guide their owners on their afterlife.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, I really like that.
Yeah, they actually were revered in
No, that sounds interesting.
society. Yeah, so it's just an interesting kind of like
They don't teach you that in public school history
right,
classes.
exactly. But it does seem that they must have been killing these dogs to be buried with them. Because there's no way to time it right with a human life.
That's true. Like the dogs were put down to be buried.
It seems like.
But that was like their
But
job.
they also were revered, and they also were eaten in sacrifice.
Okay.
So it's just it's multi-layered, and it just I didn't want to get it too much into the weeds of that.
Okay.
But so yeah, something interesting that I learned is that wolves hunt the same way that humans hunt, in that we wear the animal down. So we are endurance hunters. And part of that is strategy and packs.
Right.
So the partnership makes sense.
Yeah, it does. Like in it together.
Yeah. So the partnership between early humans and wolves probably provided a survival advantage with which possibly helped them outcompete other hominids.
Okay.
That's a big theory that I really like.
Yeah, I like
he's
that.
so pivotal in my life. I like to think that
They're,
dogs
you're supposed to be together.
So, there are several different domestication theories of dogs. The idea is it was kind of a self-selection, self-domestication thing, or humans selected. And
Okay.
for a long time, people thought that humans actively captured and selectively bred tamer wolves.
Okay.
So and this is it's unlikely. but I guess you can't disprove it completely.
Yeah.
But it's not widely accepted, but it used to be, and the idea is that it was the Pinocchio hypothesis. I don't know why they call it Pinocchio. I never saw Pinocchio.
Feels like it's a lie.
Maybe. But the Pinocchio hypothesis was the idea that people captured wolves from dens and raised them and then selectively bred the most ideal companions for
Okay.
whatever they needed. But this is unlikely, and scientists know this because they've tried to recreate this by raising wolf pups.
Okay.
And you can't, it's not that like, oh yeah, you'll just get something at birth
Mm-hmm.
and it'll love you. And we learned that with chimpanzees, and I feel that
Right.
we learned that with tigers
Yeah.
and
Definitely with
big
tigers.
cats
Yeah.
and all that.
I mean, it doesn't stop people from still trying.
No, for sure.
I mean, remember Tiger King?
Right, but part of that is why it kind of disproves
Yeah.
the theory.
Okay.
Because we kind of have extensively tried that.
Yeah, a lot. And it fails.
So the other idea is that they self-selected, or it was a self-domestication where natural selection favored wolves that could tolerate proximity to humans in exchange for food scraps. Because
That makes more sense.
we would leave like carcasses
Mhm.
and we would leave just lots of different shit that humans
Yeah.
wouldn't eat. And the more stuff, I think probably the pickier humans became, the more dogs were like, oh great, I'll eat your old moldy
Yeah.
whatever it is. And the preservatives didn't work for this chunk of meat. Great, I don't need those.
Yeah.
So, and also I don't think like why when did salt as a preservative come into play? I'm gonna look that up. 5,000 years, back over 5,000 years. Okay,
Okay.
so we started that with dogs before, or with this process, the domestication process started before that. So people probably had to throw out food sometimes because we didn't have any
No,
way to
yeah.
preserve it. So
I mean, there's
dogs were
definitely
like,
food waste.
let's go.
Right, free food,
Yeah, exactly. One man's trash is a dog's treasure.
normally.
And a raccoon's treasure. So, this is the flight distance hypothesis that over many generations, the populations that had a reduced flight distance from humans,
Okay.
because they would eat their scraps. And the positive part for humans in this was that these wolves scared away predators. And so the idea is that over many generations, the population with the reduced flight distance ended up with a greater ability to live alongside humans. And these wolves eventually evolved into dogs. And one of the
Okay.
reasons that dogs bark is because their purpose was as warning, to
Yeah.
warn off other animals, and also to warn humans about
yeah.
other animals going on.
That's why they bark when they see the mailman.
Right, right. They bark when they see the mailman because in the savannah they were bred to
When someone was
notice when a cheetah came up,
Yeah.
so that they could bark at the cheetah before he could
Yeah.
run to kill them. Right? I
Right.
think female cheetahs hunt.
Love that for the cheetahs.
Right. So this is also known as the trash pile hypothesis, which I think is kind of fun. So basically, they found our trash and leftover carcasses and realized it was the good life,
Totally.
and kind of stayed. And this idea favors the idea of symbiotic mutualism.
I love a symbiotic relationship.
Right, exactly.
It's the best.
And this led to a selection for decreased aggression.
Imagine.
Right. So over time, dogs just evolved to be able to coexist with us better. And I like to think
It's beautiful.
that humans evolved.
Yeah.
I think that's why it's like makes people so fucking happy to have dogs, and why
We
it gives you
love
the same like oxytocin as a hug, because
I mean, dogs are like
they make you feel safe. They make
right.
you
They're
feel
like innate in our
secure.
protection.
Right, it's a companion, and
Yeah.
also they have developed over thousands
Yeah.
of years
To like be there for us.
endearing to us.
Yeah, and they're very good at it. Let me just
Yeah.
say, evolution is working in their favor.
Yeah, whatever the opposite of kryptonite is what dogs are for us. Like
Right.
it is our thing.
Oh,
that
Mick
makes us
heals.
feel better. Yeah.
When I'm having a rough day and I come over here and I pet him, it's like, oh, I'm a superhuman, I guess.
This is also not sponsored by prisons that have programs where they can have pets.
Love.
They sometimes partner with shelters, and then like usually they do these with nonviolent
Right,
prisoners who are eventually gonna come
released.
out of jail, not
Yeah.
gonna be in there forever. And you can adopt them afterwards. Yeah, these are really good programs. They do it with cats. I don't know that they've done it with dogs,
Okay.
but I do think that
it would work
we
really
should
well
do
with
something
dogs.
about that because
You're not going.
no, you're saying here it's all good. But because think about it, a dog's greatest dream is to spend all day long with
With
their
a human,
owner.
yeah.
And it's really good for morale. I don't know. I just think
It's a better thing than having to make prison wine.
Yeah, so we're not sponsored by that idea, but
But we wouldn't hate if you guys looked into it and donated.
yeah, or like
Just spread the word.
yeah, because that would just be so good. And because our shelters are
Also,
Pets
dogs that go
are
to hospitals, the best.
oh my God, I love that. Mick would not be good at
No.
that. Maybe in a few years. So gray wolves are what dogs come from.
Okay.
Because there's lots of canids. And I have some information on canids.
Great. I hoped you would.
Oh, yeah, cool. So, the largest canid, which existed 10 to 5, which I love this, 5 to 10 million years ago. That's it's like,
It's a lot of fucking years.
yeah. Right, and the gap is this
Right.
big,
5
you
to
know.
10 million.
Right. So, this was the biggest dog that ever existed. I think called Apicion, EPICYON, Epicon.
I'm gonna say Epicon.
Epicon.
That sounds better.
Epicon. And it was the size of a grizzly bear. I know.
Jaw drop.
And then there's the Leptocyan, which existed, love this number, 10 to 34 million years ago.
Like so oddly specific, but
Right.
also not.
In North America, and this is all the mother of all canine breeds. Because they think that another theory that I saw that was interesting that I just felt we didn't have time to delve into, and people would get so bored, was the idea that wolves were domesticated in the period where individuals were traveling to North America.
Okay.
And when the pass, whatever that
Yeah.
was, what's it called? I don't know. It's not the Great Barrier Pass.
No.
because that's a Great Barrier Reef.
It's
That's a great whatever and
not
something.
not you're not talking about Pangea because that's when all the continents were together.
No, right. But you know when North America and Asia were connected over the top.
Yeah. It is the Bering Strait.
So Bering was in it.
Yeah.
The Bering Strait. What does Bering mean? Like the barrier. What's is it?
No, the Bering Strait. I mean, it still is there. It's between Russia and Alaska. That's like Sarah Palin being like, I can see Russia from my backyard.
I
Because
think
they're
you could.
no. I mean, okay, we're not gonna get into that.
Right. But in the olden
Yeah, you
days,
could just cross it.
Yeah. So
I mean, that makes sense that the dogs would like be the accompany.
well, it's mother of all canid breeds.
Okay.
So like
Dude, that's the grizzly bear.
no, the mother of the grizzly bear came from this. Another canid that I really like, honorable mention, coyotes. Coyotes are really cool. Unlike most animals, unless they've been domesticated, which have really been negatively affected by the growth of humans, coyotes thrive.
Oh.
Yes, for a few reasons. So they have a very flexible diet.
Okay.
They're not afraid of humans. And they have increased litter sizes when they're stressed. So when you try to get rid of coyotes, the
Just make
population
more.
grows. The more actively you try to get rid of coyotes, the more they will be a problem.
That's hilarious.
And they also are really, 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 really good at hiding from humans. So they're all over
so am I.
modern cities. They're all over London. They're all over Chicago. They're all over New York.
Really?
Yes. Or actually, I don't know about London, but I do know they're all over Chicago and they're all over New York.
I want to look one up.
And they're really hard to find.
Like they're in the city. They're in
Yes.
downtown Chicago.
Yes, they are. They're in the alleys because they're such hiders. And they're in the graveyards.
Wow. They're so cute.
Yeah, they are.
Oh
They're
my
really
God.
cute. So coyotes are cool. But they are obviously They are not domesticated.
No, but you know what happened in Chicago? So apparently January to March is when they come out most because it's mating season. But this last January, a coyote entered an Aldi store in Chicago.
So there we go. They're literally everywhere.
Yeah,
They're doing well. They're thriving.
thriving. Yeah.
Yeah. So good for coyotes, and it seems like when aliens come down to Earth and
They're
there's
gonna
no
study
humans
coyotes.
left and there's no dogs left, coyotes will still
It's gonna be coyotes and it's gonna be cockroaches.
and hyenas.
Right.
It'll be a lot of scavengers. You know what there will be a lot of tons of
Not raccoons.
raccoons.
Take me out.
Raccoons. Okay, so the gray wolves are a very, very sociable. They are pack animals through and through. And so their sociability and the fact that they're such pack animals and so are we made it so that those were the wolves that dogs come from. And so here are just some fun things that have happened. Dingoes. Dingoes come from the earliest domesticated dogs. They were brought over to Australia
Okay.
by the indigenous peoples
Okay.
and the Aboriginals, right?
Yeah.
And they went wild when they went down under. So isn't that interesting? They were wolves domesticated and then they went wild again.
That's crazy.
Wild, domestic, wild.
That's got to be a mind fuck for those animals.
And there's like a whole thing. Apparently, it's like some dingo ate a baby in
Yeah, my
Australia.
dingo ate my baby.
Yeah, and
But
it's a
then,
whole
like,
thing.
people were like, that's crazy. A dingo didn't eat your baby. And the woman was like, tried. And then finally it came out that, like, a dingo
was
did,
the
in
dingo
fact,
that
eat
ate
her
the
baby.
baby, yeah.
That's exactly where my head went. I was like, a dingo ate my baby.
Yeah, exactly. Dingo got my baby.
It's crazy. It's so sad, though.
Nar. Oh, nar.
Oh, no, Claire. Oh, no.
Oh, nar.
If you don't know
my
what that
baby.
reference is from.
Shout out Robert Irwin.
I know. I'm
Teen
sad
Monsters.
about my girl, Alex.
Alex. And Elaine.
And
Okay.
Jordan.
Oh, another fun thing is Basenjis don't bark. They yodel. Which I think is interesting.
I don't love a dog yodel, to be completely frank.
But imagine if the mailman came and you just hear, yo.
Mick doesn't like that.
No, Mick did not like that.
I didn't like
But
it
like,
either.
if you were, I just think it would be kind of fun because and the mailman would come and then it would turn into like a folksy Western European story, Central European story.
Yeah.
So. So, gray wolves eventually turned into dogs, probably through the trash pile theory.
Okay.
But, you know, there's other ones, and scientists don't like to agree.
No, I know. They love it.
So, gray wolves were then selected for traits and turned into breed types.
Okay. Now we're getting into it.
So were they castrating these? They must have been
Oh,
castrating these
yeah.
dogs.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because how else?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh
They
my
were
God.
select-
Ancient castration of dogs.
Okay, 1 second.
I didn't look into that, and
Oh.
I'm really thankful.
Yeah, but now you got me thinking. Okay. Ancient castration of dogs was practiced to control behavior and reproduction,
Right.
though evidence for this specific practice is less abundant than for livestock like horses and cattle.
Oh.
Early civilizations in Egypt, Greece, and Rome likely practiced it. These procedures were cruel and the techniques were developed more fully for other animals. Castration of dogs became more common later as they moved into homes and were viewed as family members.
Okay, so maybe they just like controlled dogs.
Yeah.
And controlled their mating,
Yeah.
which does make sense.
Yeah.
And they probably did some killing of dogs, like to eat.
Yeah.
Or maybe not, because then the dogs would become afraid of you.
Right, and they needed to build
Although
like
pit bulls
relationships.
love humans, and they were sent into fighting.
I think
rings.
it's
That's
just
another thing I
I
didn't
think
look
it's just
into.
so clear how ingrained loving humans is in dogs.
Yeah, it's so sad. Oh, such a good boy. Okay, so the gray wolves that were selected to run really fast.
Mm-hmm.
So wolves were selected for running really fast,
Mm-hmm.
for stalking sheep but not killing them, and that would be herding.
Herding, yeah. So then were the racing ones like greyhounds?
Yes.
Okay.
And then hounds for hunting,
Mm-hmm.
Huskies were bred for strength.
Not for being real fucking loud.
No.
They're so loud.
And then eventually came obedience. German Shepherds were like the first kind of obedience dogs. So Salukis come from a Saluki is a type of breed, and it comes from it dates as far back as this is a real
I'm
wow
ready.
7,000 to 6,000 BC.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what I'm calling a shock number. BC.
Yeah, that is a shock number.
Yeah, BCE, I guess. These dogs were mummified alongside pharaohs. Yeah, they were really revered.
See that if I were to be a dog, that's the dog I would want to be. A pharaoh dog.
I don't know. I think like to think that I would.
To be mummified, forever remembered, regaled.
I wouldn't want to get into human business.
Okay. You'd want to be like out in the woods.
Yeah, I'd want to be. I'd
running through the snow.
Yeah, on a farm.
Yeah.
I think I would like to be an Anatolian Shepherd. A specific kind that we're gonna end with.
Okay.
So actually,
or are we gonna say like our favorite dog breed, or like type of dog?
well, you can
Okay.
if you'd like.
Sure.
I don't have one. I
Okay.
love all dogs. So Saluki are sight hounds, which they use sight, not smell, and all to hunt dogs. And they run their prey down and kill it. So unlike retrievers.
Right.
Yeah. Although no, I think they do retrievals too. The oldest dog in America that was found buried is in Illinois.
I figured it was Illinois.
Isn't that fun?
Yeah.
Oldest dog in America that was found buried is in Illinois.
It's pretty cool.
Oh, and then also in the Amazon, some tribes would. This kind of makes me sad, but also I'm like, this is not my business, and I've never done ayahuasca, so I can't say whether or not. But they felt that dogs were spiritual guides, and so they would blow ayahuasca in their noses and use the dogs as spirit guides on their ayahuasca trips. And they felt that they could speak to them, talk to them. So, I mean, I'm hearing a lot about, like, if they could really talk to them,
it's definitely,
that would be really
It's
cool.
definitely a really interesting fact. I also don't pretend to know about ayahuasca. So it's really not for me to judge. I think that's more just an interesting thing to put out there for people to know.
Yeah, exactly. And there's not a lot of literature on
I would
it.
assume there isn't.
Yeah.
It's either something you experience or you don't.
Right. So I wasn't exactly, I don't know, we listen and we don't judge.
Yeah, no, truly.
So another thing is people were, I guess, interested in the concept of domestication. I don't know exactly why they did the study, but there was a Russian farm fox experiment which began in 1959.
Okay.
In which they selectively bred foxes for tameness alone, just for tameness, which resulted in a population that exhibited physical and behavioral changes similar to other domesticated animals. So these were foxes. The foxes ended up with spotted coats, floppy ears, barking, wagging tails, and excitement to see people.
No way.
Yeah, and floppy ears are just like
I mean,
just happen with domesticity in animals.
is it just because they just like senses
And
like,
also spottedness. It seemed like it was like a lot of genetic, real specific.
you think like if I were calm, my ears would relax?
No, it's just that it's like, you know how sometimes genes, I don't know anything about
Okay.
genes, but you know how sometimes genes are paired up randomly.
Yeah.
And it'll
Yes.
be like, oh,
That's like
yeah, they're just paired
That's the
behaviorally.
correlation.
They're paired together. I guess.
interesting.
I don't know enough about genetics, but so basically, they
they did to foxes what they did to wolves.
They did to foxes what happened to wolves.
Yeah.
And
See if they could like reproduce the results, which it
and I
sounds
think
like they did.
it's interesting that they bred for tameness alone, and you
Not-
got all these
yeah.
physical characteristics that changed. So I want to make sure I've gotten all of this. Yes. Hi, Bubba. I know you don't like when I make sounds. You're so handsome. Oh, just handsome.
I hope you learned a lot about yourself talking to the dog. No, it's
Oh, and then another thing is it's hard part of the reason there's a lot of debate on the domestication theories is that it's very hard to identify dog versus wolf based on skeletons.
Interesting. I mean, yeah, that makes sense though, because
Because
it's
they
like
weren't
the dogs all looked
Looked
right.
similar, then they looked like wolves. And also because there was interbreeding between wolves and dogs a lot.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. So,
Kind of like how there's interbreeding now.
yeah, exactly. But it was way more rampant.
Right.
Because,
It wasn't being.
yeah, and people were slept outside with their dogs. And
Right.
so, how could you know that they're not going to go fuck a wolf?
No, totally.
Especially if you're keeping them from fucking the.
Yeah. Right. You're like controlling them, so they're
Yeah,
like,
you're
"Arr."
keeping them from breeding with the dogs in your flock because you want to breed them
Crossbreed.
specifically.
So,
So they're
like,
going to go.
What was like the first dog bred for like, I guess what we would call it now, like adopted
I
versus
don't know.
shopping?
That's because
Okay.
they like some of those are extinct and everything,
Got it.
and I just didn't look into that. But you can Google it right now.
I'm curious.
Usually we're not sponsored by the Adopt Don't Shop slogan.
Right, but I would love to be.
But there are some dog breeds that are necessary.
Okay.
Because they are being used for really good uses. And I just have one example for you.
Okay.
But I'm sure there are others. So, in Namibia, they were having an issue where locals would kill cheetahs because the cheetahs would kill their livestock, and their
Okay.
livestock was their livelihood.
Okay.
And cheetahs are endangered. And so they were trying to get them to stop doing that. But
Okay.
people were like, what do you mean I'm not supposed to kill something that's eating my livelihood?
Right.
I'm going to have to do that. And so they brought in Anatolian Shepherds. The Cheetah Conservation Fund provides farmers with Anatolian Shepherds as livestock guardian dogs.
Okay.
And this reduced livestock losses by 91%.
Wow.
Yeah. And these dogs are gainfully employed.
Good for them.
And yeah, and I just feel like that's an example of, okay, humans are using our scientific prowess,
For good.
yeah, for good for animals and for humans. And so I think because dogs have been a tool for us to coexist with the natural realm for basically as long as we ourselves have been domesticated, I just think there's room for the idea that they could be bred to be useful tools to get back into the mode of us coexisting with nature. And so
I love that.
in that purview, I think it's positive. And I'm sure that there are ways that we could re-implement dogs in the way that we treat livestock. I don't know enough about it, but anyways, that's my one area where I think it's
That's
actually we can't be so militant about it. Don't shop
Yeah, adopt, don't shop.
for sure, but
Definitely.
we don't want to be so militant about it
Yeah.
that we forget that
Some
like life is gray. There's no black and white.
here on Biking
Gray
into
wolves.
Cars, we live in the gray area.
We live in the gray.
This is a gray podcast.
Exactly. Great themed.
So, with that being said,
Oh, and you wanted
yeah.
to say your favorite dog breed?
oh, well, I too love all dogs, but a dog that I've come to really appreciate is the Belgian Malinois.
Oh, yes, because they're wild.
Yeah, they're beautiful and so strong. And
And if you're listening to this podcast, do not get one.
yeah, no, don't get one. They're very hard to have, and you have to be like an expert in dog training and
Yes.
control. Otherwise, you're really doing more harm than good.
Right.
But I really respect the Belgian Malinois.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's pretty much all we got today. Mick, you want to say bye?
That's all she wrote. Was a good boy.
Good boy.